Hi guys, welcome back to BitFenix. My name is Jackie. We've got new lighting equipment, we've got a new camera, and we also got a new mic. Today, we're going to be taking a look at 4 new cases. This is our Phenom series, so let's check them over. So there are 2 variants of the Phenom. One is a micro-atx case, which if you are a multiple expansion card user, for example networks or sound card or even dual VGA, SLI or Crossfire, you would go for the micro-atx Phenom. They both come in black and white. If you are a water cooling enthusiast or you only have one single graphics card, you have multiple hard drives, or if you just want a lot of better cooling, you would go for the mini-itx series. So let's go over the internals of the micro-atx and the mini-itx. So let's go over the exterior of the Phenom. We've got a very classic and elegant design that could possibly fit up with your living room. On the front, we have a glossy logo that contrasts with the soft touch matte finish on both the black and the white cases. On the top, we have a removable mesh filter. Also on the side, we have the mesh strips that run along the top and the front of the case. Also on the side panel, we have your power and reset switches, your LEDs and your audio for your microphone and your headphone, and 2 USB 2.0, 3.0 ports. And that pretty much covers up the external of the case. Let's go over the internals. So let's start off with the internals of the mini-itx Phenom. Here we have a cage for your adapter. This is a 5.25 inch to 3.5 or 2.5 inch adapter. In the middle, you have a removable hard drive cage. Here you'll find 3 3.5 inch drives. Each of them can also hold 2.5 inch SSDs. On the bottom, you have 2 more 3.5 inch drives. Now in terms of SSDs and totals, you have 5 on these hard drive sleds. You've got 2 on the power supply cage, 1 on this hard drive cage adapter, 2 on this side panel, and 1 on the bottom of the floor, which gives your total of 11 SSDs for this case. In terms of the motherboard, you have mini-itx and mini-itx, each with 2 PCI slots maximum. On the front, you have one 120mm fan, and on the rear, 120mm fan as well. In terms of the fan options, you have 2 120mm on the front, 1 200 and 1 230, or even 1 140mm. On the top, you have room for thick radiators for 120mm fans, so up to 240mm for radiator size. On the bottom of the case, you have a power supply cage. This supports up to 160mm in length. So let's go back to the micro-atx case. So this is the micro-atx version of the Phenom. There's 5 PCI slots here, so when you're using the 4th PCI on your motherboard, if you're using a dual graphics card there, you can occupy the 5th PCI slot. In terms of fans, we've got 12cm fans on the rear and the bottom of the case, both of them exhausting. On the top, you have an optional 12cm fan, also for intake. This is a filtered mesh top panel. Optional fans, you have 1 on the bottom also for exhaust. And if you're using larger fans, 230 or 200mm fans will be compatible with the bottom. For your motherboard, large CPU cutout. Your power supply sits on the front. We're using this handy bracket. All you do is screw on your motherboard to this bracket and you just slide this in, and 1 additional screw to lock it in place. In terms of storage option, we include also the 5.25 inch to 3.5 or SSD. Of course, you see here that the optical bay is actually a short length, so that you have longer graphics card compatibility. Now on the side panel, you also have a hard drive cage. Here you can actually install 3 SSDs or 2 3.5 inch. For the SSDs, this is very simple. All you do is slide in one corner of it and you screw in the back for installing the 2.5 inch, so you don't have to install all 4 screws. On the bottom of the case, if you remove the the two fans, you can put 2 more hard drives. And with that, you install this heat shield, which prevents heat from rising up to the case from the power supply, affecting your hard drives. Of course, when you're using the fans, you want to push the air out, so the heat shield is not needed. Additional SSDs can also be mounted on the side panel, and that covers up the internals of the micro-atx Phenom. So that wraps up the Phenom. Hope you guys like it. If you have any suggestions or feedback, send us an email or post on our Facebook wall. We'll be happy to listen. Hope we'll see you next time.